I had hoped not to part with you until 18 at the soonest. But with such a fine match, it would be selfish of me not to let you go.
The Duke of Devonshire. He loves me.
Yes, of course.
I've only met him twice.
I do believe you will be happy with him.
Oh, I shall, Mamma. I know I shall.
Can you talk a little bit about what drew you to Keira Knightley?
When we started working on this, Keira was about 13 years old, I think, actually. So we had many different Georgianas in our mind's eye. And actually, what happened was, at the right moment in time, somebody said to me, Keira's looking for something to do. And it was just the right moment in time. And it's like, oh, wow, that's an interesting idea. And, we don't necessarily move with our age. So it was like, all of a sudden, Keira, she's a baby. But it made sense. And anyways, she's done, I think, a remarkable job.
And Rafe, when did he come on board?
As soon as Keira was in place, then we knew that it was him. It was basically him or nobody else. And he really didn't want to do a period drama. So we had to convince him. And we did.
For the life of me, I could never understand why women's clothes must be so damn complicated.
It's just our way of expressing ourselves, I suppose.
One of the things that we always were conscious of in making the film was this is a woman who was actually always looking to please everybody and to be loved, and that was part of her frailty. And we explored it somewhat. I mean, the thing is that with the book that Amanda wrote, you could have made 10 movies. Could have been a major miniseries. But we had to really say, this is what this film is going to be. We have 100 and so many minutes to make this story work, and so we focused on the marriage, and hopefully her spirit comes through in telling of that story.
Well, we've often talked about that because, there are many, many stories in the book, many strands, and they had to take a couple of strands. And, I was fine with that. As someone explained to me, you've sold the rights, now go away. Because it's like when you sell your house, you can't go to the new owners and say, what have you done to my living room? And so there are differences. The major difference is that Bess gets quite an easy ride from the filmmakers. She's much more sympathetic on screen than actually she was in real life. But what the film does have is this emotional authenticity that is very, very close to the book, actually.
Do you think of me when we're not together?
I think of you